Yo, what's up guys, it's Zach. Today we're going to be talking about how to avoid the burnouts in EVE Online. As for me, it's a little bit different because like I'm making videos and stuff pretty regular. Well, I say regular. And doing the streaming thing and stuff. So like from my point of view, when I'm logging in or doing things on EVE, it's usually with a purpose. Like it's pretty rare I'd log in just to run a couple of missions or whatnot and then log off, you know what I mean? So, but I still, you know, gets a bit grindy sometimes. So what I do, I just like to completely mix up my content, just do a variety of things over like the course of a couple of weeks, right, just to keep it fresh. I know that's pretty hard to do sometimes if you're in like a Null Alliance or whatnot, or a corp, and they might not let you have a couple of weeks off to do what you need to do, or just make an alt or something, you know. So there's quite a lot you can actually achieve. So in the background here, you can see some like high sec, well I would say ganking, but it's really like war deck ganks, right? So I joined the Riot Alliance, which some of you guys might hate if you've had dealings with them or whatnot. So basically they're just the war deck loads of like corps and alliances, like Horde and things, or Brave. So they've got loads of targets coming in and out of Jitter especially. So they'll set big camps up or whatnot, and there's actually other alliances that like war deck them. So there's always like action. And I was quite lucky because my playtime, like hours wise, so lunchtime GMT till around like dinner time GMT, I was pretty much solo for the most part, which is really good, even though there is a good bunch of dudes in Riot. Like, don't think if you've been war decked off them, they're just a bunch of like cancerous players or whatnot, because there is always a purpose behind everything. And I will say, like, the time I spent in Riot was pretty good. The guys were pretty chill. They knew I was doing the video stuff and that. So again, just some clips. And so there's a NATO here. I think I've already showed you guys this. So but it gave us like a really good opportunity to use some like stupid fits. So it was like a dual SIBO, like Vigil, Fleet Issue and things like that, or a Garma. Just like weird things, just having a laugh. And actually made a few hundred mil of loot as well. Like I got some stuff off this NATO. And then there was the like a couple of transports and a couple of like haulers and stuff, and we did have some really good skirmishes. I mean, I lost a few ships as well. I got like literally alpha striked by a Vindicator, which I was really shocked about. He must have had like 2 webs on it or whatever, but yeah, just a bit of fun with those guys, so that was really nice. And the next thing I decided to do was take a few days down in Lawsec. So we did no PvP really, apart from like the few gank attempts in the besieged sites, which I think I've already done the video on. There's a clip coming up from another site as well really soon. So I'll start off just by taking like a super cheap kicky, pretty much the one I would take into the dead sites and things. I think it was a little bit overly tanked though. I must have like been running a dead in this. But yeah, pretty easy. The clone soldiers do hit kind of hard, so if you're a new player, I would recommend trying to learn how to avoid the damage versus anything, right? So you can do this pretty simply in a cruiser or whatnot, and the Kikimora just works so good for this, guys. It's like the Kiki is just an amazing destroyer. I really recommend it for anyone. Like early game, you could just do so much content with it. Like I say, deads, missions. I mean, you can do level 4 missions in this thing, even though obviously it's not going to be ideal, but you can still do it with a bit of practice. So yeah, we did that. We did a bit of tag hunting, and it's really worth doing, especially if you're a new player, because these tags sell for quite a decent amount of cash or whatnot, right? And obviously, as you go around the belts, you're going to be killing like the battleship rats that spawn in Lawsec as well, which there is a few. The bounties aren't like massive or anything, but yeah, we had fun doing that for a little bit. Really, it's much better doing it with friends as well. And the next bit in Lawsec, again, I've already did the proper video on this besiege site. I'll try and remember to link that in one of the cards or something. So this was another besiege site. We did absolutely tons of these, and really I was like impressed with a few and not impressed with a few, because the skins that dropped and things, which I would think like a lot of people would like, because people like that stuff, right? There were only like temporary ones, which I was a bit disappointed with. And as for the other loot, not too bad really, you know, for the time it takes you to run a site. If you've got like a couple of alts or whatever, like running these, it's easy peasy. So the Tengu fit there, it's like, don't worry about that offline guidance thing. It's just the way I had it fit. The amp wouldn't fit with the with that on, and it was like a cloaky fit or whatever, but I switched to the amp node. But yeah, other than that, pretty much standard. And next up, when I was just flying around in the Kiki doing dead sites and stuff, so this is the officer fit Kiki from like ages ago. Pretty good, does like tons of DPS, shield fit, mad range, very fun. Just gave Andos one of these and he's a little bit scared to fly it, which is a shame because it's really fun. So we ended up in the, I think this is the Cosmos mission area, right? So it's a lot of stuff to do with the lore of the game, and there's like special bosses and things you can get. So I decided just to try and kill a few of these guys. It's not really a mission per se that you get, it's just like beacons you warp to. And it seemed pretty quiet. It was in high sec. I believe there is a low sec one of these as well, so I'm not too sure on the whole information thing about it, but it's definitely something maybe after the wormhole stuff we can cover, because it is a little bit different than the norm. I don't think he drops like crazy loot or anything, but I think it's like some special commodities. I can't remember. Let's see what it is when I actually take the loot, if I can see. So nothing in that. You might drop some good stuff. Like I say, we'll cover it all in the upcoming video. Alright, and that leads us up to the usual content that I'm doing on stream, which is the solo PvP in Nullsec generally. I do PvP like all over except Lawsec. I really just don't like it anymore. I used to quite enjoy it like way back when it was proper piracy and stuff, but there's all this faction warfare stuff I'm not sure of. Maybe I just haven't found the right corp or whatever, but I had a really good time in Referral with Finn and the boys like way back. That was a good time. Other than that, it's just normally Nullsec stuff. I just find the like the stuff in Lawsec, it's going to be like where you know you're warping into a frigate in a novice or whatever, or a small. Things can happen, but it's not as like off the cuff as it is in Null. I mean, you never know what you're going to jump into. You might jump again, there'll be a super carrier sitting there, or there might be like a badger like with 2 bills worth of loot, or you'll get a really good fight or something. So in this clip, this was on stream actually, and the guys wanted us to fly an Ashimu, which luckily I could. Totally messed the crystal things up and things. I think this was the first fight I had after a couple of weeks off the game, and it was a good fight actually. The nanite repair paste in the ancillary I didn't set to auto reload off, and that's what cost us the kill. I think I could have killed him before the rest of the guys came, but my tank just didn't hold with a 1 rep, which was a real shame, because man, that was a really good little skirmish, man. And the guy in the Vedmac, sorry I can't read your name because the text's so small on the preview screen here, just want to say a good fight personally to you, dude. It was really nice, and yeah, don't worry about the rest of the boys coming in to gank us and save you. That was good stuff. But yeah, anyway guys, this is rounding out the video. I've done like a lot of other stuff, you know, like all the deads and different types of ships and things and all that sort of stuff, but you've just got to just try and mix it up. Even if you're like hardcore into the PvP, if you just run a couple of deads in high sec, you know, even just for a few hours, it can help like alleviate some of the grind or whatnot. And I'm sure everyone has got their own thing to do that, either if it's stepping away from the game to play other things. I mean, I do that as well. I've got like Star Citizen, and I've been playing a ton of Warframe and the Cycle. And Warframe is just something I'll always go back to as well, so that's pretty good. And I'd really like to do some like high quality videos on that if I could, but there's already quite a lot of boys out there that know a lot more about that game than what I do. But yeah, other than that guys, watch out for the wormhole stuff that's coming. I've already completed most of the C1 stuff, so I'll try and get that edited up. And we're going to go for like a Stranger Things theme across the whole thing. So I really want to get everything recorded first and then set myself out like a template of how each episode's going to go, because I don't want to do a different 1 week to the next or whatnot. But yeah, well, that was a good little watch for you guys anyway. I know it's just a bit of a random thing from me, this style of vid, so yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.